Alright, it's time to try again to destroy the potato spider, rom the vacuous spider properly.
Destroy
So,
the potatoes.
yes, where is Samwise Gamgee when you need him? There you go, that means I'm gonna try
Right,
to...
well, Samwise is currently the president of SAG-AFTRA, so I think he's a bit busy.
I'm gonna try to summon this and experiment to see if I can manage to do it solo because, as usual, one of the things of the summoning mechanic since the beginning is that it boosts up the boss's health to compensate. Again, Cuphead does something similar anyway. Where the hell? Come on, young Madras twin, move your ass.
Okay.
Okay, there you go. Go on, Dweebs, in the meantime. What have you seen instead?
I've seen the stuff. That much I know.
You need to be a bit more
Well, that's
specific than that.
oh, wait, no, that was, I already said I saw Anaconda.
Yeah. I'm actually curious instead of something else. Like, how much,
Hmm?
how many movies starring Ice Cube have you actually seen? I know it's very specific,
Um,
but still.
I've seen the Jump Street films.
I still haven't, and I'm not sure I'm even particularly interested, if I have to be honest.
I have to check his filmography because
Okay, dare I ask if you have ever to see out of morbid curiosity the Amazon Prime's World of Words?
no. Oh, I've seen Triple X. I've seen Triple X 3.
I forgot, was he in Expand 3 Balls? I forgot.
No, I don't think he was.
Okay. No, that's because...
Oh, he was in. He was in. Oh, he was in Mutant Mayhem.
Yes, he was the villain, Superfly. I also forgot, I got mistaken because it's 50 Cent who is in Expand 4 Balls. It never stops being funny.
Jesus, has Ice Cube ever been in a good movie?
Uh, I can't think of one on top of my tip of my tongue. I'm pretty sure by lots of probability there is one. Okay, to be fair, you have more experience with those. Aren't the Triple X movies not particularly bad? Only like the second you told me.
I don't even remember if I've seen Triple X 2.
Yeah, you did told me that Triple X2 is kind of the black sheep and they had to basically railroad by bringing back Vin Diesel for the third movie.
I know what my earliest statement could mean to some people, but yes, I didn't really like Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem very much. At times it's really meh, and other times it's pretty annoying. And yes, I know the characters are teenagers, but I've seen the other Ninja Turtles movies, and they were annoying in those, except for the third film.
Wow, so you like the 2007 movie more?
Yeah, yeah.
Interesting.
I don't think Mutant Mayhem's like the worst movie in the series or anything, but I think I went into it and I came out of it really disappointed, especially with all the hype going into it.
It is my understanding, Shiri, that you finally went to see Wicked Part 2.
Yes, I did.
So,
more like Wicked for bad, am I right? Ooh, ooh, ooh.
or like Wicked Part
I
2.
didn't enjoy it. I coped so hard after I first walked out of that theater. It is not good at all.
But the film was called Wicked for Good.
Because it's named after a song. But
Was the song good?
yeah, it just feels like it was made by a different team altogether somehow.
But apparently
It
wasn't.
wasn't.
Jesus.
Well, that's the thing, though. John M. Chu, the director, he's had a very on and off career. In his early part, he directed a load of absolute pish, like the Second Now You See Me movie, Gem of the Holograms,
Oh
G.I.
god.
Joe Retaliation.
Oh god. No.
It's a miracle
so
he's been
this
able to
isn't
direct
too
anything
surprising.
after it. Because I've heard good things about Crazy Rich Asians.
Which, if I recall correctly, it's a remix. It's a remake of one of the old Disney live-action movies. I think.
I thought it was based off a book.
Possibly too.
It's based off a novel.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yes, I heard good things about that too. Now, I mentioned this off commentary, but like the second half of that movie, like part 2, was just on speedrun the entire time, and a lot of references for the sake of it. They did way too many tweaks to the songs and kind of ruined one of my favorites, honestly. Like, I understand changes to fit like the movie thing, but the first movie did that perfectly well. Like, the first one was really good, so it was kind of shocking how bad part 2 was. And even though all the metaphors were already there in the original musical, the second half of this movie was just kind of like, we're going to take those and talk to you like you're stupid and don't get them.
Okay, on one hand, it is a bit of a shame to hear that, but on the other hand, considering some of the bizarre takes I've been hearing on films lately from internet discourse, can you blame them too much for doing that?
I don't know. Like, there is a balancing that can and probably should be reached in a way.
I agree with Tio, and also, again, this was none of these problems existed in part 1.
Yeah, it really.
And they filmed
It's the
it back
second
to
half
back,
of the
which
same
is,
movie.
it's like I said, it's not even like there was a gap. They filmed it back to back, from what I understand.
Yeah, it came out like roughly a year later. Like, they already, like, I believe the end of the first movie teased the exact release date. Not even just the month. I believe it teased the release date, but I could be wrong about that. But yeah, it was barely a year apart.
I do wonder if the result could have been achieved better with a director like Yorgos Lanthimos. He tends to be more appropriate for potentially even this kind of story. Have you ever seen Poor Things, Leroy?
No.
It's one of the movies that he did for Searchlight, meaning that yes, it's a Disney movie. He's very particular in its themes, its design, and its story. So I would recommend that to give it a look. Alright, it's just me and Rom, without that much help, and no more spiders to add.
You mentioned Searchlight earlier, Tio. Searchlight, so far, it seems to be the one of the few things that came with the Fox stuff when Disney bought it that's been able to more or less stay its own thing.
Yeah.
Well, it's its own thing as well. It operates, or it's autonomous from Disney's releasing the machine.
Anyway, we got some Keen Cold Blood. I don't remember what this does. I think it's one of the items that give me blood echoes. Yeah, so there you go. Cold-blood of inhuman kin of the cosmos, brethren of the great ones, used to gain unspeakable blood echoes. Dare not to delve into the world beyond humanity, the eldritch truth touched upon long ago at Bergenworth. And the feet around the Vacuous Spider makes a woman appear there. Let's go talk to her, why not? She's even in a wedding dress of sorts. Oh, at last I truly see.
What's going on with the moon? I think the cheese has gone off.
That's, yeah, Wallace...
It's making the children cry!
Wallace has stopped actually going there to get, the cheese.
Oh, Grand Day Out really took a dark turn more than I thought it did.
I watched that again recently. It was good.
So, yeah, apparently defeating Rom meant that our character lost his marble, poor guy, and, oh, jeez, ritual secret broken, seeing the nightmare newborn. And, hello. What?
I mean, one of the other movies, like, short movies they had was a bit more messed up, like...
I was gonna say, do you remember that part of the Grand Day Out where as soon as they got to the moon, Gromit enacted his grand plan, killed Wallace, left him behind so he could have the house all to himself?
Also, there you go. Now with this we have unlocked Yargul, the place we were in before we are captured, and now we unlocked its second part, which is the mandatory one. And yeah, now the moon is super huge and blood red, and the buildings are crawling with giant bug Lovecraftian horrors, and what the fuck? Let's get some friends with cold blood here. So yeah, this is what I meant also about the insanity meter, as in too much insight is probably not good for one person, but hey, what can you do about it? So let's pop up the lantern. And let's return briefly to the Hunter's Dream, because I think the doll has something new to say to us. And also we need to check a bit on the people at Odeon's chapel. Pick up, miss.
Welcome home,
you might also
Hunter.
notice, if you have a keen hearing, the music of the Hunter's Dream has
What
changed,
is it you
and
desire?
the sky box is a bit different than before.
Good Hunter, your presence somehow soothes. I sense the ancient echoes. They course your veins. Good Hunter,
Oh well, I'm sure it's nothing.
Farewell, good Hunter. May you find...
Let me see if I can find... No, it's not here. Oh yeah, there's something that I forgot to tell. You have an option here in the Hunter's Dream to customize your messengers with little accessories that you find scattered throughout, like urn festivals, if you want to give them heads shaped like jars, or top hats, because everything is stylish with those. So when you actually make a message, your messengers will have this appearance when they greet someone else. It's little things. Go. Let's go see. Yeah, I think German is just shooting out on his own. Alright, let's go then to the Grand Cathedral. Not functioning at this time. Oh, now I know why. Yeah, my mistake. I mistook something else. Alright, let's check how the people at the cathedral are doing, starting with the Samaritan.
There ain't no more survivors. There can't be. Yarnum's done for.
Oh. Um... You seem optimistic.
There ain't no more Sienna.
Oh well. Let's talk to Our Lady of the Night, who seems to be a bit in pain.
Oh, there you are. Forgive me, I'm a bit out of sorts. So,
it's okay, you don't really
no
have to
blood
give me
today,
your blood,
I'm
sorry.
afraid. Oh, there's something wrong with me.
I'm sure it's fine. Let's talk to Grandma, why not?
There you are. You're early, dear.
Oh no.
Is anything the matter? You can always tell me. Mother will make everything better.
Grandma, I'm sorry, but I don't think I am who you think you are.
Anything you'd like to tell me?
Did I ask you two if you want to tell me what to say between I have my share of woes and no?
Is this a question?
I don't know if I don't remember this particular choice, so and I don't think it impacts it that much, but tell me what your heart thinks.
Well, I want to hear more of what she has to say, so yeah.
Okay.
Oh boy, you poor thing. But don't you worry. This will help you forget. Forget your troubles. Forget your cares.
Oh no, she's giving me a sedative. Grandma, no.
Take your meds.
But these are meds. They're dangerous.
For the Aramites, I think they need those, unfortunately. Let's see. But yeah, things are not going well. But we can use this time, instead of proceeding immediately to Yargul, to do a bit of branching paths, and finally try to find a way inside Iosefka's clinic and see what is up with that. But in order to do so, we need to go to the Forbidden Grave, if I recall correctly, the place where we defeated the Shadows of Yharnam. Need to backtrack a bit inside the woods. And instead, yeah, we need to go back here. Okay, no, not here. Yeah, here, there you go. Okay, while we're actually on our way, I'm also curious on another question, since we're also talking still about Anaconda. Like, how many movies have you seen with Jennifer Lopez in it?
Oh, I'll have to look that up. I don't actually no, I don't think I've seen that one with Ben Affleck.
Oh, okay, Gigli.
G, whatever.
It's okay, in the movie itself they call it Jiggly, but the real pronunciation would be Gigli. It's the name of a set of flowers. You would think also it would be a running gag about mistaking the name, but
no. I might have seen Ice Age Continental Drift.
That's the fourth movie, yeah.
But yeah, I don't remember. They all feel the same to me.
Well, to be fair, the fourth one I've seen recently with Dead just seems to have a bit more of an identity and try to do something because it has a more clear villain in the form of Peter Dinklage character. While the other movies more or less had, you know, a minor type of antagonist or someone who clearly was not memorable.
But yeah, I don't really think I've seen a whole lot of things with her in it.
Okay. Dissipating Lake. Trust me, with the Cell, you're not particularly missing much, if I have to be honest. I think this is the right way. Oh goody, another pig. Yeah, if I recall correctly, proceeding through this,
Ew.
it's a giant pig, Dweebs. What do you expect?
It looks like a rhinoceros. And also more about the slicing.
Ah, okay. Let me see. Where would be the right way? Let's try here.
Have I mentioned on commentary the recent Switch 2 games I've been playing?
A bit, but just in case, why not?
Like, I've played a bit more of Pokemon Legends Z-A. I've just recently beat the what I like to call... Well, actually got a bit further than that. I've recently beat the leader of the Posh Pricks.
Alright.
What's that?
Basically, ZA...
That's my nickname for him.
ZA is structured kinda sorta like a Battle Royale. Well, not so much of a Battle Royale, but a ranking type of, competition. Where you have, you start from the bottom and you need to find your way to the top. I think it is actually in alphabetical order because they want to be cute.
And that's the thing that I haven't... I'm going to go back to it at some point, but I haven't really played a whole lot of Metroid Prime 4. Although I have got to the bit where you first run into one of the quirky side characters.
Yeah, the Federation. Again.
Yeah, and from what I recall, Tio had some bad feelings about it before the game came out.
Not so much me, it was more of a general thought that a lot of people tended to have, unfortunately. Again, I can tell you without spoiling too much for the final product that it is a bit of a detriment, but the story as a whole is fine, fitting in the chronology, and it is satisfying. The stuff that they set to achieve with the trailers and everything, they basically accomplish. And shit. Okay.
Oh.
A casual misstepping, I know. But the stuff that they set out to achieve, Dweebs, they basically fulfill it. It's not like I say that they are waiting to release another game to finish this up. They still have a bit of a sequel bait for the sake of that, but the stuff that they want to do for this, it's as a clear beginning, middle, and end. And the only major gameplay thing that people like that much is the traversal in the desert because they think it's too much of an empty overworld. And that I can understand a bit at the very least.
I did hear people were kind of disappointed about there being no music or something in that area.
Yeah, because they want to achieve the same thing that Breath of the Wild did, where, again, similar to these games, they want to have a bit of a minimalist level. The problem is that there is kind of an inner art in doing so. So if you're not careful, you're just coming across as, not giving a satisfaction on the background, especially for something that you will be needing, like traversing big fields. I say that because even Hidetaka Miyazaki understood that, because Elden Ring breaks that tradition by having background music much more into the game, even outside of boss fight, particularly during the bigger landscape section, probably because the game designers understood that you needed, some sort of more atmosphere for more sprawling plains.
Like, I don't know if the OSTs play throughout the entirety of the games, because I haven't played any of them. They're not really for me. But I understand, the Metroid games have pretty, interesting soundtracks.
Yeah. They also tend to vary. They don't really go for the orchestral bombastic rather than what they want to be more on the electronic side, and particularly the Prime games tend to, be not necessarily bizarre, but definitely unconventional in what they want to do.
You're kind of digitized, I guess. I don't know if that's the right word.
Yeah,
but-
they still have a particular esoteric way, particularly with some level of choir, but it is fully integrated into the electronic rather than to go immediately for an orchestral stuff. Alright, let's see if I can just beam through because I don't seem to remember where I'm supposed to.
I haven't been playing anything new myself. Air Riders has, for lack of a better term, my soul.
Okay, I forgot if I asked already, but what was your reaction to that cutscene? You know the one, the granting of a wish. What
The hell?
Like, yes, I know, Kirby stuff tends to have the dark undertone, but holy shit.
That's just a Nova Tuesday. That's
Yeah. How coincidental.
I don't
it
know if
also
you
has-
saw Shen's video on
Yes,
her going through that.
I've also seen, I think it was RT that did it, but someone else also in the same group also went there, yeah.
It actually isn't my first Kirby game. I've actually played a lot of them, but they've all been spin-offs, I recently realized.
Well, the thing is, that that's even not necessarily technicality, but with Kirby, you have to take what you get, on its own, because I guess the internal logic that the teams had before Sakurai event, laboratory and everything, is that while events do happen, they don't really necessarily have to stick to a proper continuity outside of major events happening, like say.
I have
Dark
heard
Matters
that,
in
yeah.
Mostly because, it's a land of dreams, so shit changes every 2 seconds. Again, the Right Back at cartoon did had a more defined set of, continuity and mythos and so on, which is fine, even if I was a bit of two minds of making DDD a full-time villain instead of, some of it starts off as a villain, but then...
Just a goofy goober, kinda.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that cutscene I thought about for a while.
Like, again... And it's kind of amazing because Sakurai is the kind of guy that normally wants to not spend too much time talking about, story in a game and everything. So this was pretty intentional.
Yes.
I'm also trying to think of the other stuff that, it worked off in recent times. Again, Kid Icarus Uprising had some level of body horror with the one subplot that had an alien parasite infecting some people. Yeah, that's a thing. And also some other alien species infecting other of the gods, but that was still played mostly in a cartoonish kind of way. So there was some creepy factor about one of the characters that you met before, the one voiced by Troy Baker, suddenly being possessed and being monotone and eerie, but that was kind of it. But the actual possession, while the suffering itself was creepy, you did not add a lot of nightmare fuel imagery, but yeah. How coincidental that, the wish granting giant cosmic space being that is also an asshole has a cat face. Really makes you think.
Kirby has a lot of eldritch creatures that will cause problems that have cat features.
Recently, I've touched again Indiana Jones and the Great Circle.
Mm-hmm.
I've gotten to the level where you're in fascist Italy,
Yeah.
and I love one of the quotes that Indy makes. If you take money from the table, Indy justifies it by saying fascists can't be trusted with money.
It's also partially hilarious because infamously the economy was pretty much in the shitter, but Uncle Ben kept trying to say, no, everything is fine, and revolutionizing countryside and everything. It was depressing, to say the least.
Well, what did you say? Join my revolution, I'll give you 3 ponies.
Well, not necessarily that way, but more like, revolution. Still empty promises to a degree, which went to bite the army in the ass during the march against the Soviet Union, where a lot of Italians actually perished in the snow and their bodies were never found.
I still to watch Mussolini's Son of the Century, so I got it on Blu-ray now, so who knows, it might be one day.
Okay, I think I don't remember if this is the right way or not. I'm actually lost in the woods. How hilarious. No, this is the shortcut way. Okay. Might as well keep going with the Anaconda string, Van Glibbs. Have you seen any major movie that had John Boyd in it, like 4 Christmases?
The first Tomb Raider movie.
Right, I keep forgetting that he's in that one.
Yeah, he had to act alongside his daughter, which
Yeah.
Was there a strange relationship at the time?
Don't remember.
He was the main villain in Getaway.
Alright, yeah, right, I forgot that movie where, I forgot the name of the actor, he's forced to
Ethan
run...
Hawke.
Ethan Hawke is forced to run a car for the entirety of the movie.
Yeah, it's him, basically going through the streets of Sofia, Bulgaria, under the behests of a Blofeld knockoff, doing dangerous, crazy stuff to try and save his wife.
Forgot, didn't you guys win a commentary out of that in the past?
We did.
Okay.
The film, in case you're wondering, the film sucks.
No. Like, I remember seeing once the
it's
Cinematic
from-
Excellence review of it, but it's been a long time since I watched that.
I mean, it's from the guy who made the first Dungeons and Dragons movie.
So, is it at least a bit entertaining because of that? I'm gonna say no.
I mean, the guy who played Blue Lips is in it for a bit.
Alright, let me see. I think, yeah, if I remember correctly, it was here around the part with the dogs. The dog. Oh, maybe I'm supposed to actually go here instead. No? No, we've already been here. Basically, I'm looking for a specific branching path, so don't worry, I'll find it. Even if I don't, we'll just move on to another area for the sake of not being swamped here. Let's see, who else was in Anaconda? Right, Owen Wilson. What about him, Dwims? How many movies have you seen with him in it?
A few of ones that coincidentally happen to have Ben Stiller in it.
That makes sense, that at one point, there you go, I found the path. He started being buddy-buddy with him, so...
I've seen Armageddon.
Wait, was he? He was in it? I forgot.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright,
And Behind Enemy Lines.
Oh, Jesus, giant people.
I
Hey!
think that's all.
Oh, and of course, it's a poison swamp. Sorry, gotta go.
Oh yeah, is MCU things.
Right, he's one of the leaders. What is he? Paradox? I forgot. Basically,
So.
one of the higher ups of the TVA, yeah. Well, have you seen, what's the name? That movie the remake of A Haunting from Ian de Bont.
No.
Alright, let's get the antidote. Alright, time, if I recall correctly, now it's time for another Snake Eater section, because this particular stair, ladder, step ladder, call it whatever you want, it gets to go for a bit. Okay, that wasn't too bad because there's another one. And there we are. We are in the courtyard, outside. Go. Outside of Iosefka's clinic. There we go, I can unlock this gate that I found locked at the beginning of the game. And now we just need to find a way to get inside the clinic itself. Strangely, there doesn't seem to be that much in terms of anyone around here. Oh, there is this guy, one of the bloodsuckers. Well, not bloodsuckers. This guy basically has the strategy you might have seen in one of the previous part of paralyzing me, then goes around and uses a tentacle to grab attack and suck away part of my insight. Alright, let's get moving. Alright, there are some crows, forgot. Alright, I think yes, we can enter from this window. Alright, we're inside, and we even got some insight because of that. Let me check. So it's time to actually, well, reveal a bit of the truth. Basically, one big thing that happens is that any person that you send to Iosefka's clinic, with only one exception, will be turned into these things. Unfortunately, I don't know what the doctor has done to them, but yeah. And we can recognize them from the items that they drop. We get a rune of Odeon rifle from this one. I forgot. I think this was the woman who we found in Yargul, the practicer of the Healing Church. This one is Formless Odeon, which I think was a skeptical man. There's another one here. The Beast rune, this was the beggar that we found in the woods. The Pungent Blood Cocktail, I forgot which one this was. And if I recall correctly... Oh, what is this? Communion rune. This is something that, again, the Healing Church... Also someone else... Unfortunately. Yeah, it seems to me that the... Dr. Iosefka has decided to do some crazy experiments. Let's open up here. Okay, no, not yet. Because if I recall correctly, we need to Yes, we're about to get close to where the spot where the doctor was talking to us, and of course, only one person
I'm sure it'll
remaining.
be fine.
One person remaining here, and from the item that we get, this was the real Iosefka. She was turned into this as well. So, and we get also a particular letter which I will check later. We will check later. So yeah, this was the spot where the whoever came in and turned Iosefka into this was talking to us, and this is a shortcut we can unlock. Now you can come to this place as soon as you unlock the Forbidden Woods. But if you arrive here, the imposter Iosefka, the one voiced by Lucy Briggs, will tell you to piss off or she will become hostile towards you. It's best to avoid that and wait here, because after you defeat Rom and shit gets real, let's just say that the doctor gets a bit of a comeuppance on her own, as her experiment have attracted the attention of someone else or something. And there she is. And let me talk to her, but let me put in advance, she's not gonna be it's not gonna be a pleasant conversation.
Oh, I'm sure.
God, I'm nauseous. Have you felt this? It's progressing. I can see things. I knew it. I'm different. I'm no beast.
Also, by her tunic, you can tell she's one of the members of the choir, the higher stratum of the Healing Church.
Proves that I'm chosen. Don't you see how they writhe inside my head? It's rather rapturous.
Right.
God, I'm not. It's.
Yeah, you know what?
I'm sure it's funny.
You know what? I know that I probably should be pitiful, have some pity and everything, but you turn those people into whatever those things are, so you know what? Goodbye. And the item we pick up from her is a third, not an entirety, a third of an umbilical cord. I know it sounds weird. It sounds weird as shit, but stay with me for a second as I get to the item description. A great relic, also known as the Cord of the Eye. Every infant great one has this precursor to the umbilical cord. Provost William sought the cord in order to elevate his being and thoughts to those of a great one, by lining his brain with eyes. The only choice, he knew, if men were ever to match their, capital T, greatness. So let's just say that some people, after the defeat of Rome, becomes quote-unquote chosen by the Great One. And this is, might as well use this time to mention stuff that happens in relation to the people that you sent to the safe places. As I mentioned before, outside of one specific example that I will say in a second, every NPC that you send to Iosefka's clinic will be turned into this, so they might as well be dead. In some cases it is possibly for the better, but that depends on your actions, because, for example, if you try to get as many people as possible to the Odeon's chapel instead, since that seems to be more of a safe haven, there are a few caveats. For instance, the person that you rescue in Yargul, the practicer of the Healing Church, will become jealous if you take the blood of the Lady of the Night, will go fully under it, and will kill her in between your travels. But that's not all. The beggar that we found in the woods, as you might have imagined, turned out to be an actual beast, in disguise. So if you actually told him to go to the Odeon's chapel, he will start picking off all the other survivors one by one, including the Samaritan. All for the sake of giving you an extra consumable that you don't really need. So, if you want, and you're not careful, you can potentially screw yourself over in multiple ways, potentially. But that is to say, they only matter if you care enough about the characters. And also, the one exception, unfortunately, the little girl. Why am I saying that? Because even if you tell her to go to the Odeon's trampoline instead of Iosefka's clinic, she will not make it, and she will be eaten alive by one of the pigs when infest the sewers, unfortunately. So, like I said, no happy endings. So yeah, it's the first half of the game allows you to toy a bit with the people that you rescue and decide to send somewhere, but unfortunately they rarely get something that you can consider a happy ending. Although there is something hilarious where the skeptic man, as I mentioned, goes the opposite way you tell him. But even after the final ROM, he still acts as normal because he's pretty much like, think of him as Eustace from Courage the Cowardly Dog. Weird shit is happening around him and he's completely unfazed. Just because he's that crotchety. Alright, here's the other item that we got to Iosefka's clinic. A summon letter from Castle Canehurst, believe it or not. An old blood-stained summons inviting an honored guest to the forsaken Castle Canehurst. Rather bafflingly, it is addressed to you. Do not hesitate, the stagecoach leaves from Hemwick's Crossing. We will get there another time because Canehurst Castle is a bit of a higher, degree of a dungeon compared to now. But needless to say, the executioner that we talked with did mention something about the Pale Bloods, the vampires equivalent, and as you'll be able to see, the way you get to the castle is pretty much a recreation of Bram Stoker's Dracula's mythos, as you'll be able to see. Already, something is wrong by the fact that the letter is addressed to us, without, we don't even know who sent the letter and everything. Anyway, instead here we're at the Nightmare Frontier, the places where Patches sent us instead. It's not apparent now. First of all, it's populated by more beasts, but it's not apparent now, but this is one of the other poison swamps that you get in the game, unfortunately. So, again, Hidetaka Miyazaki just cannot resist himself.
Just actively laughing at you.
Yeah.
I wonder if he watches every single live stream of these games and laughs at everyone's failure.
Yes, supper.
Like I said, the people at From Software clearly seem to have a sense of humor overall. Because despite having games with these fucked up themes and the brutal difficulty, they found ways to inject humor in some fashion. Sometimes even in the bizarre and the surreal kind of way. Alright, tune in for the next part then, where we explore properly the Nightmare Frontier, so stay tuned.
See ya.
Bye.